Greetings. Welcome to sunny Southern California, where we are currently at my parents' house, the house I grew up in. It's a lovely day. Miles and I went and did a little walk to the beach to go watch the surfers and hang out at the beach for a little bit. We walked the pier in town, and we've been here for how long? Oh, June 11th. I don't know what today is, but like 3 weeks. We've been back in California, and we're here to just finalize some stuff before we move to Portugal, where we found an area that we really love that has a great school for Miles and all of the things, all of the boxes, the important ones that we were looking for have been checked. And so now we're just kind of packing up stuff, getting stuff ready to go, and working / not really, just because obviously Miles isn't in school right now. It's the summertime, but we're staying at my parents' house, and it's a comfortable house, but it's definitely really small. So things are just a little different than usual. And I don't know how long we're going to be here for. It's kind of TBD, but in the next probably 3 to 4 weeks, we'll be heading back that way to officially move to Portugal and start a new chapter. We're already in a new chapter. It's just kind of like building up and simmering a little bit. It's still in this bit of a limbo transition phase between homes, between lives, essentially. Hanging out with friends while we're here, obviously spending time with my family spending time with my family while we're out here, and hanging out with people, and getting some appointments done, stuff like that. So it's been a really good time being home. I've allowed myself to take more of little hummingbirds. I've allowed myself to take a little bit more of a pause with work stuff over the last couple of weeks. Just because the last 2 months of traveling and being in a new place every 3 days, packing up suitcases, driving to a new town to check it out, check out schools, school tours, researching schools, we are exhausted. And, trying to juggle work while on the road and seeing all these new cool places to get a really good feel and vibe of if we could live there or not. So we would leave the apartment or hotel, wherever we would be staying. We would leave it in the morning to go get breakfast at like 7:30, 8. And we wouldn't get back usually after a full day of walking and checking out the area and stuff till 8 p.m. or, after dinner sometime. And then after that, John and I would stay up and either get work done or research schools and fill out applications, send emails, and, do all that. So we're kind of treating this little stay back home at my parents' house as a little bit of a rest. I'm still working, obviously filming videos for YouTube, posting when I can. I'm still taking some meetings and doing some back end stuff for my courses and for my email list and things like that. But for the most part, I'm not doing, like Clarence, for example, the children's book that I started writing this past winter and early spring is like 3/4 of the way done. I'm almost done with it, and it's all scanned. All the art is scanned. The story is written. I just haven't had the energy or ability to focus on that project yet, obviously, with like literally just having a packed schedule and travel. This children's book is obviously like creative passion project that I want to make sure I give like 100% of my energy, my focus, and my creativity to. And right now my creativity has been feeling really low. A lot of, obviously, it makes sense, being exhausted and not sleeping in beds that you're used to, not having food, your routine, your workout, your whatever. And whenever I'm off in any way like that, it obviously directly impacts my energy levels, which then impacts my inspiration, impacts my ability to really utilize my own ideas, my own creativity, things like that. And so this season, this next couple of weeks / summer, I'm using it as more of a hibernation phase, more of a restful season for me with my work. Have recently, I think just a few days ago, I deleted Instagram off of my phone, and I'll probably re-download it here and there, but definitely will be, whenever I have like updates or things that I want to post about, I'll post it from my desktop. But I'm just finding it harder and harder every time you open the app, or every time, even if it's not Instagram, that's the app that's your go-to for you. Maybe it's a news app or email or, texting, calling, whatever. I feel like it gets harder and harder with every scroll or every time you open it to resist the urge to pick it up again. Whenever there's a mundane moment or a moment of boredom or of like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom, I'm going to take my phone with me. Like I want to start resisting those moments where like I'm in line at a coffee shop, pull out my phone. I feel like I have really good boundaries with my phone, and I'm not literally on it all the time. But it still is claiming a part of my energy, a part of my focus, and a part of my just like, being bored is a gift. It truly is. It's where if you allow yourself to be still enough and to have silence and be, with and sit with your own thoughts, that's where you open yourself up to more clarity, to more inspiration, just kind of falling into you via thoughts, via memories, via a song lyric that I heard in the coffee shop reminded me of this one time or this one thing. And then you go down into deeper layers of thought. And so I'm really trying to resist the habit that's already been starting to form of filling the mundane space or the I'm in line at a coffee shop space or the whatever, those spaces with picking up my phone. Because like I said, that's usually when I'll just have those random thoughts or those random little hits of inspiration come, and it's now, being replaced with picking up the phone. And I do not want that. And I want to give myself the gift of my undivided attention. I want to give my son and my family the best version of me, or the best energy that I have of the day to my son and my family. And not saying that I was necessarily always giving it to my phone, but in a way with like the nature of Instagram, especially with, here we go, I guess we're talking about Instagram, but especially with how I started my business, it happened on accident, and it happened because my Instagram was growing, and this was 13 years ago. So I was an early adopter to Instagram. There was no such thing as influencers. There was no such thing as sponsored posts. There was no stories. There was no live videos. There's no reels. It was very simple, and it was very easy to grow at the time. And when you would hit follow on someone's account, you would then see their stuff. When they would post it, you would see it in their feed. And it wasn't like, and I understand Instagram's business model and all of this, and I understand the complications of the algorithm. I deal with them all the time in business, and I'm always analyzing metrics and data with my team and revenue and all these sorts of things. And so I get the ins and outs as much as I can of these platforms, and I understand the business model. But it started as an early adopter for me, at least 13 years ago. It started as an app that was creator focused, and like if you followed someone, you would see their stuff. But now it's shifted over the last several years. It's shifted to just focusing on getting users to love the platform instead of loving the creators that they're following. And that has, for creators like myself or people who are trying to build a following or maintain a following or grow or whatever, it means needing to satiate the ever-changing needs of the algorithm, not necessarily meeting the needs of what they want or what they're inspired to create or what questions they're trying to answer for their particular community that they've built and spent years building. And so, I've gone through seasons of just like shoving my creativity into the boxes that the algorithm, the way it's built and the way it's designed not requires, but there are certain things that work and certain things that don't work in order to get your stuff seen, your account to grow and all of that stuff. And I just like for the past at least several months, maybe even over a year, I've kind of just like given up on that stuff and just created what I want anyway. And my account has shown that I haven't grown in forever on Instagram. It's very difficult to grow on Instagram. And that's fine. I have a very steady growing YouTube. I have a very steady growing email list, all this stuff, but it's still like, like after years of building up this community and, some followers turning into friends and having spent all of this time building up this platform to then just get really, burnt out creatively, because I'm not a video editor. I'm not, I don't know, I can't say that word. I'm not a video editor. I didn't sign up to become a video editor. I signed up to just be there to share my work and to build community and help people learn watercolor and whatever else they're inspired to learn or see or do via my account. So anyway, it's just changed a lot. So all of that being said, I deleted the app off of my phone the other day, which I've done many, many times before. I've taken months off of Instagram before, and I don't know if I'm going to be gone for weeks or months or years. If I'm going to hire a social media manager, which is it's what I'm leaning toward, honestly, is having someone manage my social media, my Instagram, and just being, posting these videos here on YouTube and being more, sharing more life update stuff on my Substack, which I just started, and I'm having a lot of fun there. And I want to take this season over the next few weeks of like having a lot more pause, a lot more space to hear my own thoughts. I open Instagram or any social media app, and it just feels like with all of the shouting voices and the accounts trying to get heard and be seen and grow, it just feels like I'm listening and like a part of static noise a little bit. And it's overwhelming anytime I open the app. And I just feel like at times it definitely crushes creativity. It clutters the mind. It clutters the energy, all of it. So anyway, just need a break from that. And it's been really, really, really nice to have more of that clarity, more of that space. And I have been diving into Substack, which is more of like a writing platform. I've always really enjoyed writing, and I know I'm not the best writer in the world, but I want to start like really honing in on my voice and my skills as a writer, because that's something with like children's books that I want to write and illustrate, and it's just another outlet or avenue of creativity that can help me build the muscle of creativity, is just like storytelling and finding my voice and learning how to not slam everything with metaphors all the time. You know what I mean? So I've been really enjoying that platform. It's fun too, to not like care that I don't have people who follow me on there, because I have the tiniest little following, and it's really nice. It's really nice to have like no care in the world of people seeing it. If they do, great. If they don't, also great. This is like for me to really practice, and develop this new pursuit of mine of honing in on the writing skills. So anyway, you can check it out if you want to. I love Substack. It's been really fun, but also, just trying to consume things a lot less and be more creative, focusing more on my own creativity and not just like I said, picking up the phone every few freaking minutes because there's dead space and there's nothing to do or whatever. And that's just not a habit that I want to continue forming. So we are, navigating that, working through that, and letting those neural pathways that were starting to form of like, because that's the thing too with travel, we didn't have much time over the last couple of months to just like doom scroll because we were booked and busy walking around, traveling, taking photos, of course, and then posting the photos later when I had time. But it was nice to not like, oh, I need this for work. I need to post this for work. I need to update my stories so that, my views and my analytics don't go down too much on Instagram, because then, you have to build it back up and that's more effort and all these things. So there's just kind of this like hamster wheel of keeping up with posting that I just don't really want to be a part of anymore. So I'm taking a pause, and I'll be back, I'm sure, and will post from the desktop. I think that's going to be my move, is just posting from the desktop, and maybe doing like a mass unfollow of a bunch of accounts that I don't need to be following, or maybe all, like, sorry friends and family, it's not anything personal, but this app is just for me to post and share my work. So maybe I'll do that too, so that even if I do one day get back on the phone app, there's no urge or temptation to keep scrolling, because it's really crazy what these screens will do. Like, they're just so addictive in the way that they're designed. Obviously designed that way to keep people on them. And I understand the business model, but my attention is too important to me. My attention is too precious. So anyway, all that to say, we're back in Southern California. Those are some new updates. I just started going through The Artist's Way. I've recommended this book many, many times for many years, but I've never actually gone through it myself. I've skimmed through the first couple of like weeks or chapters, but I'm saying this here on video to commit to actually doing it myself. And I'm in the first week. So if anybody wants to join The Artist's Way with me, we can do little check-ins every week on YouTube and start keeping each other accountable, all that good stuff. It's already been great. I just finished the first chapter, so we can be at the same stage or not at the same stage. But if you've never heard of it, I'll link to it below. It's a great book that goes through, it's like a 12-week, I think, course that gives you prompts and things to do every day and every week to help connect you to your creativity, your source of creativity. If you're feeling like you're in a season of lacking inspiration and lacking, like you just don't feel creative or you feel blocked, which is why I'm doing it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I've been pretty low energy and just kind of in recovery mode. And so it felt like a really good time for me to take this first plunge into the book, and also plunge into a new creative outlet that is pure hobby, pure passion, pure no influence of like needing it to perform, needing it to do this way or that way, or to build an audience even. So encouragement to do the same if you're in a season that is similar to mine. And I will always be here to share, an honest take of what I'm going through and where I'm at and all of that. Art tutorials will be back at some point, I promise. If you're wanting live art tutorials with me every month still, I'm still doing it in my Patreon every single month. And I have art critiques there that I do every single month as well, and a library of tutorials in there that you can check out. So I'll link to that as well. But thank you as always for joining and watching, subscribing, all the engagement. Let me know in the comments if you're going to do the Artist's Way with me. I would love to keep us all accountable and all of that as we go through the weekly endeavors. But I hope you all are well. Sending my love, and I'll see you in next week's video.